Hi, I'm in the middle of Austria with some amazing roads and countryside, and this bike is the 2014 version of Kawasaki Z1000SX. Kawasaki hit on a successful format when they created the first Z1000SX by adding a fairing to the naked Z1000 in 2010. Since then the SX has been a big hit, Kawasaki's top-selling bike in many markets. Now it's comprehensively revamped with the aim of making it sharper, more responsive and better equipped. The 1043cc 16-valve 4-cylinder engine gets new camshafts with shorter duration and revised air intakes. Kawasaki claim an extra 4 horsepower and a maximum of 140 at 10,000 RPM. They've also given the SX a 3-way adjustable traction control system with 2 main modes plus a more intrusive C mode for slippery conditions. One of the SX's strengths has always been its reasonably flexible engine performance, and that hasn't changed. I'm not sure that this bike is noticeably stronger than the old model, but it's certainly responsive. Sometimes you could use even more mid-range power, for example when overtaking without changing down a gear. But in general the rev-happy power delivery is great, and it's enhanced by very good fueling and an excellent gearbox. And there's plenty of power at the top end, with a rev-happy feel that's made all the better by a throatier intake sound. The partially rubber-mounted motor gets a bit buzzy at about 7,000 RPM, but mostly the SX is smooth and felt well up to serious distances. Its traction control is a sophisticated system, not at all intrusive and well worth having. The aluminium beam frame chassis is also revised to good effect. Suspension is slightly firmer, the front just with revised damping settings, but the rear also having a stiffer spring, as well as a remote preload adjuster, so you can even use it on the move. The SX is no lightweight at 230 kilos with fuel, so just over 500 pounds, but it feels pretty light on the move and handles well on roads ranging from fast curves to hairpins. The front brake is updated with new Tokiko monoblock calipers, which give really powerful stopping using just one finger on the lever if you like. There's also an excellent ABS system, which is an accessory in most markets. Some people don't find the SX particularly attractive. You can make your own mind up about that, but it looks fine to me, combining a bit of attitude with a roomy, reasonably upright riding position. The seat gets some extra padding and should be more comfortable, although we're starting to feel it slightly after a couple of hours riding. The unchanged screen is 3-way adjustable via a simple press button system that requires both hands. There's enough range to be useful for riders of all sizes without too much turbulence, but there's no hand protection, a drawback in the cold or wet. Kawasaki also missed this opportunity to enlarge the 19-litre tank. Instead, they gave the dashboard an eco riding light, which is a lot less useful. Apparently the fuel gauge has been made more accurate, but it's only likely to tell you the range is about 150 miles, so not particularly generous for a sports tourer. At least the digital instrument panel now shows fuel consumption, and the display can be toggled from the button on the left handlebar. The new panniers are a big improvement, not only much more stylish but narrower despite each being large enough to hold a full face helmet. In most markets they come as part of a separate model called the Z1000SX Touring, which is the one I'd buy. I think plenty of other people will too, because this bike looks good enough to keep the Z1000SX's success going. The original model was quick, handled well and was very versatile, and this bike is usefully if not dramatically updated. If you're looking for a traditional sports tourer that does just about everything pretty well and doesn't cost the earth, the SX has got to be a contender.